Good morning and welcome to the January 17th, 2025 regular meeting of the Town of Bethlehem Industrial Development Agency. It is 8:07 in the morning. We are meeting as we do in Town Hall. This is a public meeting, even though we're webcasting. We welcome anyone to come in and sit here with us in person and listen. We hope you're enjoying the webcast on a cold Friday morning. The first order of business is a call to order, roll call, and confirmation that we have a quorum. To do that, I will go around the table and ask our members and our staff to identify themselves and our guests, and then confirm a quorum. I'll start with myself, and then we will go to my left. My name is Victoria Storrs. I'm the chair of the IDA.
Georgette Steffens, Altamari, board member.
I'm David Van Leuven. I'm the town supervisor and I'm a guest.
Debbie Jakes, Kate Hedger's office.
Ted DeBarbieri, board member and secretary.
Victor Franco, board member.
Jackie Hoke, member. Chris Welch, member.
And Kate Hedgeman, executive director and agency counsel.
Richard Kahlo, member, treasurer.
I confirm that we have 7 of 7 members, so we have both a quorum and a full board this morning. Thank you very much. Our next order of business is to approve the minutes of our last regular meeting, which was held on November 26th of 2024. The minutes are in the agenda packet and have been posted and reviewed by the members. I will ask, are there any questions, comments, or changes to the minutes that are not reflected in the version in front of you? I'll accept a motion to approve the minutes.
Motion.
Thank you, Chris. A second?
Second.
Second, all in favor of approving the minutes? Aye. And I believe we might have 2 abstentions because the members weren't there.
So Victor seconded the motion, Debbie, and 2
Oh,
abstentions. Who's abstaining?
Me.
Oh, Georgette and Ed.
Okay, so 5 members who were present in November approved the minutes. Thank you. The next order of business is the financial report. Our CFO, Al Michaels, isn't here. So Dick, would you like to take this
Oh,
over?
he's on.
He's online.
Oh, Al,
Yeah.
wonderful. I don't
I'm
have
here.
it in front of me.
I'm here through the wonders of technology.
You're in the aisle. You look good too, Al.
Well, thank you. It's a little warmer down here, but not much warmer. I might be heading home sooner. December 31st, 2024 financials. We have a statement of net assets. Our total cash accounts are $1,789,588.90. Other current assets includes a fee receivable of $19,312. That's simply an estimate of the last 2 months of the PSEG reimbursement. So our total current assets and total assets are $1,808,990. On my statements, the liabilities, we got accrued expenses of $74,7766. Leaves us with net assets of $1,801,423.24. I think there's been one slight adjustment to that by the audit, so that the year-end numbers might be slightly different, but I'm going to report that for the time being, just so they flow. Statement of revenue and expenses, total income is $265,840.67. Contractual expenses, $149,611.09. Business and economic development, $41,311.80, giving us total expenses of $190,922.89. Net ordinary income of $74,917.78. Add back a little bit of interest income of $59,441.09, and we've got a net for the year of $134,358.87. Comparing budget to actual, you can see the fee income on the regular line is down. We just didn't close one project like we normally budget. PSEG energy reimbursement, on the other hand, because of some changes, is $77,000 above budget. So our total income is $15,000 above what we budgeted. And our expenses, contractual expenses, were $5,611.09 above. Business and economic development, we're 104,488 below. That's simply because of the carryover of the mapping project. So, and our interest income was 19,441.09, better than we budgeted. So we all told, we exceeded our budget by 133,432.87. Expanded budget versus actual, that you should have in your packets, and that just breaks out the different line items on the income and more on the expense side, really. And yeah, there's each line that was there. I think the insurance was different. We didn't know what the insurance was going to be. Most of the other expenses, we have a pretty good control over what we're spending. Any questions or concerns or anything they wanted about the December statement?
$19,000 in interest? That's good job.
That's above, that's Dick's doing.
Yeah.
Dick's the,
Well,
we actually budgeted 40 and we got almost 60. And
Nice.
I'll say this repeatedly. I can still remember the days with Frank Venezia would chuckle when I budgeted $1,200, and we'd all have a little giggle. So it's good to have slightly higher interest rates when you have a slightly larger bank balance
And money to invest.
and money to invest. Yes.
Hey, Al, what was the 5,600 in the variance on the contractual expenses? That was insurance? That was a higher insurance cost?
A good part of that was the insurance. We didn't know what the insurance would cost when we did that budget a long time ago. I think we all, are quite happy with the insurance coverage we have, and we now know, budgeting going forward what it should cost.
Cool. And we're bound. We have.
Yeah,
Yes, we're covered. We've
I
got
just got the renewal yesterday,
Awesome.
so that'll be on probably next month, maybe.
Cool.
okay, just to reiterate, Al said it was in the package, but I sent it out to everybody, the detailed breakdown of our budget. It was something that I had sent the other day because I noticed it didn't get included in the agenda. So you all have it, and we don't have to go line by line, but if you would please take a look at it, it's important because two reasons. Number one, you can see exactly where our money went versus, and that's what our Madam Chair wants, to make sure everybody can see exactly where our money went, which is very prudent. And also, you can also provide some input if you care to about, additional comments about when we do budgeting for 2026, you can see where our money went for 2024.
Madam Chair has not received that email, so this will be another tech issue to look into.
Oh, you didn't receive one from me?
I did not. I always read your emails.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He's
I
on the
didn't-
And that one I
I
got.
did see it,
I
yeah.
got that one.
Yeah, I
But I
did.
didn't get
I
anything.
didn't.
from that.
Sunday?
You're listed, Victoria.
It didn't come through, so we'll look into that.
Okay. I'm sorry, because
It's not your fault.
At the time this was posted too, I didn't even have it.
no, there's no excuse.
Yeah, no, it's all right.
Okay.
Yeah, I know that since additional email security protocols and quarantine were implemented by our provider, a lot more emails, legitimate emails are getting caught and not delivered.
I'll
Yeah,
make a
this is
note.
a great exhibit.
We'll talk.
Yeah,
Wow, I didn't get it.
January 12th.
Did you get it? I didn't get it.
Okay, I did it. Everybody, I just clicked on, I didn't even make up the names of
well, the IDA email is testy right now. It goes into quarantine and you won't get it. So let me talk to Melissa to see, one, if we can rectify the problem, and if not, get a different,
We just might have to adjourn the board meeting then.
no. That would be a no. Overruled. All right. Anything else, Al?
I think we've got the QuickBooks Online set up. I think I emailed invites to everybody that
Yep.
should be getting it. So once again, go in there, and if you see anything that you've got a question on, just shoot an email to me and we'll get on it. Yeah, I think it's gonna work out pretty well, actually. They seem to have done a few upgrades to QuickBooks Online since the last time I tackled it. So,
All right, thank you, Al.
Yep.
Anything else on the financial report? All right,
Good year.
so the next order of business is the report from Kate, our executive director.
Okay, a few updates today. Rob Leslie and I, as you know, have been trying to interview and get a senior economic developer position filled. We got really, really close, but once again, the person couldn't take it because of the salary wasn't going to work for them. So I had high hopes because they really had a significant marketing background and communications background as well. But it just didn't work out. So back to the drawing board with that. In the meantime, I'm going to talk with Rob and see how, I can assist him if there's anything he needs on our end too. And also from our marketing person. So we'll have a meeting, Chris, myself, and Rob will probably sit down and see what we can do with that. The second update is we did put out, Victoria and I, an RFP for a cost benefit analysis for our projects. We're still reviewing the responses for those. So that, to engage, we probably will bring back at the February meeting. So that, because of the holidays, we pushed the deadline out so that, give people time to respond. We did get 3 proposals that were pretty decent, so we'll work through those and then share those with you. The Canon development pilot that you voted to revise, I believe it was November because we didn't have a December meeting. Documents are being drafted for that, and the tax issue has been resolved for that particular project.
Can I go back?
Oh, sure.
On the cost benefit,
Mhm.
and maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm confusing my business with our business, but is it necessary? We only have one. I thought we talked, we were gonna have more than one vendor on that.
We might, yeah.
Okay,
We just,
fine.
yeah, we just hadn't reviewed, and the next step really is just to make recommendations. And so we would probably come forward with at least 2. And then, we could go from there.
And we pay off on a project.
I'm sorry, what?
We can, on a project, select 1 or 2.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. I'm sorry, thank
That's
you.
okay. The New York State Economic Development Conference is February 11th and 12th, and I think you're going, Victor's going, I'm going, Georgette's going, you're going too, I think, right?
And I got
Did you
tied
get?
into being a panelist.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, oh boy.
Good man.
What's your panel? Now you have to present.
Yeah, economic, real estate.
Oh, okay, all right,
So
nice.
me and Sarah Reginald, she's the,
Mhm.
what are they called? It's too early.
It's actually just the same day
I
for
was
the
gonna say the
last
anchor,
2
but-
months, yeah,
No, she's doing the moderation. Yeah,
okay.
Excellent.
so
Awesome. So if anyone else would like to attend, certainly let us know. And, we can purchase tickets for that. This is great. I think it was a goal of the chair to have, a good presence there. There's also the one in April, which is at Otisaka. That's a good one usually too. And it's always nice to see, more than one person from, the IDA there. So we can pretend that, we're a big deal and we support and all of that. Okay.
I thought it was good last year, especially being new. It was a lot
I
of
can't get my-
information.
need a lot of coffee for that.
Yeah, it's a long day, definitely, long 2 days.
3 eggs.
So the other update is the committee meetings. We I have to get with Mr. Kotlow here and schedule a finance committee meeting. Audit is going to meet right after this meeting for their first meeting. The auditors are attending. If you'd like to, it shouldn't be maybe 20 minutes tops for that meeting. If you wanted to stay, you certainly can. Governance, you'll hear from Victor in just a little bit. And Chris and I are going to connect next week on marketing and get with probably Rob as well. I don't know if you noticed, some of you I think did because you joined the LinkedIn page, but the Bethlehem IDA now has a LinkedIn page and also a social media page. I'm sorry, I sound like my mother, a Facebook page where our web and social media marketing person posts our meetings, so it's also going out by social media as well. The invitation for that, and we will have a YouTube channel where all of our videos will be on our website. So, and then it connects to our YouTube channel. So if you haven't opted into those social medias, definitely go online and subscribe. Okay, I think that's it for updates. Anything else? Questions?
Did we pull, so on the LinkedIn page, did we post the job and then pull it off? Just because the
Well,
job.
it wasn't our job necessarily to post, it's the town.
No, I know, yeah. But be that as it may.
It wasn't up and running when we first posted
Yeah,
it.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to find the posting. Is the posting live?
It's on the town, it would have been on the town's website.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Anything else?
What, the salary is posted, right? Like, how do you get that far along when someone says the salary isn't acceptable?
Well, until the
Is this
town,
happening with hiring all the time for you?
the explanation I got is until the town was ready to present the offer, there's drug testing, there's all sorts of things. They don't get into what the salary is. So
I thought the county laws, you have to post.
State law, yeah.
I was not involved in that portion of it.
It's usually a range, too.
Sure,
Yeah,
but
they might not
you
know where to
have
fall.
to post the salary.
Yeah, exactly.
I had asked about that up front, and Rob explained to me what the town's policy is, so I, didn't want to step in that
Yeah.
lane. So,
Okay.
okay. Anything else? I think that completes my update. We can move to,
Yeah, please go ahead.
okay, the ABO requirements. In your board agenda, I did put the annual self-evaluation forms. Victor will probably address this a little bit when he speaks, but we'd like to have you fill those out as soon as possible. And if you, do you want them to go back to you or you want them to come back? To Victor's IDA email, if you can fill that out, scan it. You can even do it while you're sitting here and hand it to him if you'd like to. It's supposed to be anonymous, so there's no need to write your name on it if you do not wish.
On the mindset.
I close my eyes as you give me that.
Right. His will be the ones with all the one. And then the other thing that we'll be looking at as a board, probably next meeting, is our mission statement and measurement reports and performance goals. That's something that governance will take up first, and then we'll bring it to the next meeting. I think that's it for that.
Do you have printed copies of it, or?
He does.
I did, and then
Oh.
I handed it out to people.
See, this is why you should have been early.
It's 7:45 to get the form.
Yeah,
It happened.
if you're on time, you're late around here.
Yeah.
That is true.
That's funny. Welcome to Bethlehem. Okay, so back to you for committee reports.
Oh, I think again first.
Yeah, I'll tag Georgia.
Yeah. So, just, the only thing I have to report is that we're meeting immediately following this meeting with our auditor. We're gonna review the engagement letter. It sounds like he's pretty close to done, or at least has a draft. So this will just be an opportunity for the committee members to ask any questions about the audit process. And then we'll meet again, maybe probably the end of after next board meeting, and review the final audit draft. But it sounds like there's been no troubles, challenges, or concerns. So, yeah.
Al, did you have anything on the audit?
No, John's staff person, Carrie, got over to my place the first week of January. And, I think we're in pretty good shape with everything. I see John sent a draft out. I don't know that we had any issues or anything with the audit, and we should be in good shape to file our Paris report. I'd like to get it done by the end of February, but that's just me.
That would be a record.
Well, I've got all the calculations done on the taxes. Thankfully, Mike Cohen's office sends me the tax bills in the fall. And I'm just waiting for the few questionnaires that I sent out to come back. And, that's a matter. Then it's just a matter of dropping in the numbers.
Okay.
Al, did you get in touch with Paul that I sent you the invite, the introduction with all our citizens?
Yes, he was very helpful. Thank you.
He's a real nice guy. He's the
Yes.
branch manager over here. Okay, good, thanks.
All right. Victor.
All right, so at the last board meeting, I was appointed as chair of the governance committee to fill the vacancy created by David. And then what ended up happening was we had 3 members. I moved in the chair position. Richard is a member of governance, which creates now a vacancy. With that vacancy, we're fortunate enough to have a new member willing and able to step up into that vacancy role. So Hakeem was willing to serve on the governance committee. So with your permission, Madam Chair, I'd like to entertain a motion to officially appoint.
As the chair, I forward that motion to appoint Joaquin to the governance committee.
And I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any abstaining or opposed? Congratulations, John. Congratulations, Victor, for pulling in a new member so quickly.
I was on it. So for those of you who don't know, the governance committee really has 5 main responsibilities. Basically keeps the board and staff informed of current best governance practices, reviews corporate governance trends, updates the agency's corporate governance principles, advises appointed authorities on the skills and expertise required of potential board members, and then lastly encourages and enables training of new members and staff of the agency. So part of our responsibilities on an annual basis, we were supposed to review our committee charter. So the page 3 of your meeting package lists all of the meeting dates for the governance committee. We'll be meeting on February 4th, May 6th, and June 3rd at 8 a.m. here in the town hall. We'll be streamed live and of course, open to the public should anybody decide to attend the governance committee meeting. My objectives for the year is to really, as you look at our policy manual, it's kind of divided in 4 major components. This year, I'd like to focus on the 4th component, which is pretty much the policies and procedures of projects. So at our first meeting, we'll start to go over and discuss, obviously, the committee charter, the UTEP policy, and then the executive director evaluation. Okay. We'll work on that, and whenever the committee is ready, we'll submit recommendations to the full board for them to review and vote on. Any questions about that? Did I miss anything?
No, I'm really excited because it needs to get done, so.
Yeah, absolutely.
No one better than our editor in chief.
And then just the last thing is, so Kate did provide in the package, the survey, which she previously alluded to. I'd just like to have people submit those back to me by Friday, February 14th. It's my Valentine's Day gift to you guys, okay? And then that'll give me 2 weeks in order to follow up with people who hadn't submitted, compile the information to submit to the board at our next board meeting in February. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. So Dick, we haven't had any conversations about the finance committee for this year, but do you have any remarks before we move on?
No, I just would probably wait a little while because we want to get at least the first quarter and then, done before we even get the audit done.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Okay, so that brings us to the next item, communications. Officially says none here. Old business.
Does anyone have anything you want to talk about, or you can open it up if you have any issues, questions, concerns?
Well, the only thing, and I'm sure you guys are probably already aware and on top of this, but when I went to our IDA website to pull the governance, kind of mission, I noticed that there was a lot of updating that was needed.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, so just to put that on the radar next week.
That's the chair's job of governance, right?
Well,
Yeah, oddly enough.
Yeah, that's your
I
job.
was thinking new members,
I barely get the emails. I think it's on the chair.
I had my fingers crossed on the candidate that
Yeah.
we were interviewing for the senior economic development because they had a great communications background. So I was kind of waiting and for the committee to convene to do a lot of that. So, Chris and I will undertake that with our web person and get with Rob and see what else needs to be done too. So,
Yeah,
But
add that
yeah.
to the list of things that John did so well
yeah.
9 months ago.
Where are we at with the industrial site assessment?
Oh, okay, yes. So Rob and I are actually meeting with them, I think it's next Tuesday prior to our other meeting. They've finished the mapping of the projects, and now we're narrowing it down to specific ones that we would want to talk to the owners or see what the next steps are. So once we come out of that meeting, I think Rob and Andrew will be in a position to present something about what parcels we're going to look at first. And then I know Rob has to do some groundwork on, talking to owners and, all of that. So it's progressing. It's just with the holidays too, it just slowed down quite a bit.
Andrew is the
He's
vendor?
with CPL, yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, there is, if you want a link to a map available of what has been done so far, I certainly can circulate that.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if email's a problem, I mean, I don't know if we can post some of that communication stuff on Bell's board.
Yeah, I can put, that probably is better. I'll post it and then I'll let you all know that it's there.
Carrier pigeons. Well, doesn't Bell's board send that
Probably.
communicates through email too?
Yeah, it's just, but it's an email with no attachments, so maybe that's helpful. I don't know.
Great.
They have a good relationship with our service provider and they don't get flagged as potentially phishing.
Makes sense.
I'm just guessing.
Yeah. Did everyone get the Bell's board stuff? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, ad nauseam. Although Kate has cut back on the, has told it to cut back on the notices. which
The
I
system
appreciate.
works though, because someone didn't know we had a meeting this morning and then it. So I know you hate it, but for the one time that it really needed, to do its job, it did, so. I took off the 5 minutes before the meeting and the half hour, I took all that
Yeah,
off, because that's a
and I
little bit
appreciate it.
like, okay, I'm going. So, The only other thing I would say too is the dates for the meetings are attached on the last page of you'll notice audit committee is in there now. And then governance committee, those are pretty much set in stone for our next couple meetings that Victor has chosen, ahead of the board meeting in case we need to bring something to you. We'll fill in the other two, finance and marketing, as we move along. But some of those dates aren't, especially when you get to around the holidays, are moved. They're not the third Wednesday, so use this schedule when you're setting up your calendar.
So, new business. Going backwards, we were already on
sorry.
future meetings. Dave, anything from the town? Any questions since you're here?
No, State of the Town address is next Wednesday at 5 o'clock sharp. We'll be wrapped up around 5:45, so no Putin length speeches. But I'd love to have you guys come, find out what's going on in the larger context of the community that you're working on.
Happens to be my birthday, by the way.
Well, what a wonderful way to celebrate.
There you go.
Okay, so that brings us to notice that our next regular meeting is scheduled for February 26th. That will bring us back onto our Wednesday schedule. And then the next and last item is to adjourn this meeting if there's no other business.
So moved.
Thank you, Dick. Second, all in favor of adjourning? Aye. Any abstaining or opposed? Right, the regular meeting is adjourned at 8:39 a.m. on the 17th. Thank you all.
You too.
Yeah.
John, did you